Hi, did you know an attacker can pull the data right out of your database? It's done through an attack called SQL Injection attack. This means they could steal sensitive data like a customer user ID or email address or credit card. So how exactly does SQL injection work? Let us say you have a website with a form like a search engine or a login page. An attacker can write some code to get the information from your database, which you do not want to reveal as a security engineer. So is every website vulnerable to SQL injection? The short answer is no. Attackers won't always succeed in stealing your data, but even if they fail, they are still hitting your servers. This wastes valuable bandwidth meant for real users. It disrupts your infrastructure. It drives up your cloud hosting cost. So let us look at a few hands-on ways an attacker might target your website. So here is method number 1, where an attacker navigates to the login page and they enter some username and password. We are going to use a username admin at jush-sh.op, and then we're going to use a single quote and dash dash. And in the password section, I will use any password. Does not matter. This is not even a correct password. And I'll log in. And as you can see over here, I've successfully solved the challenge. I've logged in. So why does this work? A single quote closes the email string in the database query, the single quote that we used. And the double dash, it comments out the rest of the query, including the password check. So you end up logging in as an admin, user database. You could have also used something else, like here, a single quote or 1 equal to 1 and some password which is not even correct. And again you're logged in. But wait, is that the only type of SQL injection attack? No, there are different types. The following payloads demonstrate different injection mechanisms that can be analyzed in a safe lab environment. The first one is union based. It uses the keyword union. The goal is here to append a second query to the original query, returning the user table along the normal search lookup. The second type of attack is error based, where you use some kind of error like 1 divided by 0. This causes a division by 0 error, which may cause the database or the application to disclose its structure or its version. The third is the Boolean based blind. Here it is a blind attack where the application returns a normal response if the condition is true, and it returns an empty error response if the condition is false. The last one is the time based blind. Here you are using time to sleep. So if the condition is true, the database will wait for certain seconds, let's say sleep for 5 seconds before returning, confirming that the query was executed. Let us try some of these attacks in our environment. As you can see, not all SQL injections attacks were successful. They could not reveal information, but the attackers are still going to try. But wait, you're not here to learn just about the attacks. You also want to learn how the detection and the mitigation strategy works. Now that we have seen how the attack works, let's look at how to mitigate it using Fastly WAF. Fastly Next-Gen WAF uses a proprietary technology called SmartParse to inspect incoming HTTP request. SmartParse analyzes the request parameter in context to determine if the code is actually executable. This drastically reduces false positive and eliminates the need for manual rule tuning. As you can see in the dashboard, we have some SQL injection attacks that were detected by Fastly WAF. Here you can see some SQL injection attacks. In the web injection attack dashboard, you can see the number of SQL injection attacks over here. When you opt for quick look option, you can see the details like the request payload and all. Here is the request. Here are the signals and the payloads. Here is the source and the response. In the request, you can see which URL, which domain was attacked. In the signals, you can see more details like the SQL injection attack was detected and also the type of SQL that he used over here. This can be very helpful to protect your database. Here we see the source like the IP address, what was used to attack, like in this case it was Python, and here it was a Mozilla browser. But the most important is the JA3 and the JA4 signature. This is very unique. The user agent or the IP address can be spoofed, but the JA3 and JA4 signature is very unique to that particular user. This cannot be spoofed. Thank you for watching this video. Here we learned about SQL injection attacks, how it works, and how you can mitigate it using Fastly Next-Gen WAF.